I don't think knowing yourself has anything to do with your personality, knowing what you like, what you don't like. It's those times where you ain't got nowhere else to run, you ain't got nowhere else to hide, and you ain't got no choice but to face yourself and figure out what's going on internally. But the thing with that is also you are not even this body, you are not even your thoughts. You have to stop identifying with this physical body. Stop identifying with anything associated with this physical body. Everybody you ever met, anything you ever seen, touched, tasted, has nothing to do with you. You got a car or house, that's not yours. You got quote unquote family, them ain't your family members. They are the family members of this physical body, this physical character. You are the internal being controlling this physical character. So this character is not you. So no matter what anybody say to you, quote unquote, that's not you. They're not talking to you. They're talking to this physical character. You are the internal being. You the consciousness. You the spirit controlling this character. So you got a boyfriend, a girlfriend. They don't belong to you. You don't own them. You don't even own yourself. You don't own this body. You own nothing on this earth. And most people don't meet themselves because they don't even know where to look. Even little things like this body, right? People can't even find themselves like as far as being a human and what his physical body is, what his physical body needs, how to control these physical body thoughts. And that's still not even you. So no matter what people say to you, you shouldn't allow it to upset you. Like I tell people, unless somebody is physically harming you, physically hitting you with something, physically attacking you with a weapon, nothing should bother you. How are you allowing somebody to bother you and affect your energy and they're not even touching you? Think about that. That means you are the cause. You allow them inside your home. How can somebody steal something at your house unless you allow them into your house? Think about it. You allow them person. How can somebody betray you if you never trusted them in the first place? Same thing. Nobody can lie to you. Nobody can upset you. Nobody can betray you. Nobody can cross you unless you allow them to. Nobody can treat you bad unless you allow them to. You have to figure out who you are, who you really are, not this body. You're not the name that they programmed you to have on this earth, what they call earth. So you have to recognize everything that's not you and separate from that. Anything associated with this physical body is not you. Anybody you know is not you. Any thoughts you have, not you. Any thoughts that you have about earth, quote unquote, or the world, the physical reality, that's not you. You are the person that wants to be alone with a being. You are the energy that wants to be alone, but you can't handle being alone because the world programs you to hate being alone. But God wants you to be alone. God only God connects with you best through isolation, and I'm gonna tell you why. Cause God knows when you got people around you, you're gonna be distracted. So you have to become isolated for God to really talk to you and sit you down, and so you can actually hear and listen. You know how many people go through isolation, and why do you think this is a popular thing to say lock in for 6 months, get off the internet for 6 months, stop talking to people for 6 months, because a lot can happen in 6 months. It don't even take that long, but isolation is the only way for you to know yourself and to truly understand who you are, because the person you're being, the person you've been living your 20, 30, 40 years living as, that's not even you. So you've been living your whole life. You living somebody else's life. It's not even your life. Who are you? Without telling me your name, your height, your weight, what your skin color, what state you live in, your favorite food, your favorite color, your favorite music, throw all that out the window. Who are you? What are you? What are you here on this earth for? Really understand that. Because if you don't figure out, it's like a mission on a video game. If you don't figure out, or a maze, how are you gonna get out the maze if you don't figure out how to get out the maze? If somebody put you in a maze and you just sit there living in it, creating a whole life in that maze, you'll never get out. You gotta find a way out. And the only way to find a way out is figure out why you in the first place. People spend so much time distracted by the world. Just look at things people focus on. All the trends, everybody dressed the same. Everybody want the same car that's popular. And it's normal for us to have similarities, of course, because it's like at the end of the day, we all on the same earth. We all quote unquote earth. We all gotta buy the same shit eventually. We all gonna have something in common, the same. But it's when you chasing the trends. Think about it. Most people can't be bored. They hate being bored. They get mad. I'm bored. I tell people all the time, replace the word bored with lost. How are you bored if you're not where you want to be in life? That doesn't make sense. You're not bored, you're lost. So most people cannot be bored. They got to surround themselves with distractions. Everything is a distraction. Think about it. Everything you do throughout your day-to-day life is a distraction to help you face the truth, to help you avoid the truth. Always watching TV, avoiding the truth. Always on the internet scrolling, avoiding the truth. Just think about it, bruh. How I don't understand how everybody hate themselves so damn much. You gotta scroll and scroll, bro. It's some people that scroll on the internet and they get to the bottom of the page and they gotta refresh the page. Just think about how that's sick. I'm gonna call that shit sick. That shit is a disease. That shit is terrible. They don't know how to face the truth. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because they think their thoughts is the truth. So they being programmed and distracted all this time, and all this fear and anxiety and depression and feeling of time passing them by. All these thoughts is inside their mind, and they don't want to deal with that. So they find distractions after distractions after distractions, and that's why people do drugs. That's why people have sex with multiple people. That's why they always eating. That's why they always look at people that millionaires, billionaires. That's why they spend all their money all the time because they cannot be alone. So you always got to constantly do something to stimulate your mind because you cannot stimulate it spiritually yourself. So you have to get outside external sources to do so. But all it's gonna do is leave you still lost, leave you stuck still. You gonna remain programmed. You gonna remain spirit washed. I call it spirit washed, not brainwashed. You gonna remain spirit washed. You never gonna know yourself internally, who you actually are, your being, what's your purpose and mission on this earth. You'll never find it out as long as you stuck in the program. You are your identity. So whatever you identify as, that is you. But you identifying with things that's not really you. So as long as you identify with things that's not really you, anything that has to do with that identity, it affects you emotionally. It affects you spiritually. It affects you energetically. That's what it does. So what I'm saying is the whole world is programmed. The whole world is under mind control. The whole world is under compulsion. And you don't even know it. Think about this, man. The best way to steal from people is to allow them to willingly walk into your trap. The best way to set somebody up is to allow them to is to manipulate them to willingly walk into your trap. That's the best way. Look at it like the government, all these taxes and shit. They stealing from you. Why the fuck, bro? You gotta pay tolls on the road just to drive your car. You buy a car and now you gotta pay insurance and now you gotta registration fees and your license plate and you gotta keep doing all this bullshit. Gas keep raising the price. And I don't care about this shit. I'm not affected by it. But I'm just showing you. I'm just trying to help you get out the inside and look at it on the outside. So you gotta pay taxes every time you buy something, and then they pay you taxes back from taking your taxes, and they take taxes out of your taxes. The fuck is that? So they stealing from you. But if somebody come up to you with a weapon and tell you give me all your money, now you mad because they took it from you under your will. But when the government do it, you being manipulated to, and it's not even just about taxes. I'm just talking about mind control and being programmed. Period. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand, man. As long as you in the program, you will never escape the program. Like a lot of people that be on the internet or the fake woke people, you know what I'm saying? The woke people, they think they woke and they think they spiritually in tune. But if you care about what's going on in this reality, you are still asleep. Because true wokeness is when you really stop giving a fuck about this shit because you realize it's not you. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your world. You just living in it and you going back home where you really came from.